Hello everybody, welcome to Glass Half Dead. Today we have a Commander's expansion set unboxing. However, we're going to start with just a little teaser about what next week in my channel is going to be all about. Going to be covering Commanders, going to be covering the Orc expansion and the Necron expansion. And don't know if you guys know about this, it's Heroes of Blackreach. It's a card type game. Going to go into that a little bit later. But now, this is what you're here for. Commanders. Okay. Now, as I'm sure you all are aware, I have to milk all the content I possibly can. So today, I'm just doing a very quick unboxing. Very quick. Yeah, sure. I am going to be flicking through the rulebook, but I'm not going to go into any sort of depth. Just going to say what jumps out at me first, and also answer one or two questions that I personally have. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. I don't want to look at anything else, I just want to read the rules. Okay. We'll come back to that in a sec, because that's the dessert. That's what we want. It's the main course and the dessert and everything. Let's do an actual review, shall we? Instead of just crap like the rest of my channel. This is a card sleeve that holds cards. Wow, this is the content you're here for. What's this? Oh, psychic cards, you say? So we've got some level 3 tactics here. Cool. Yeah, okay. Nice. Oh, here we go. I know that this is why you guys are here. You don't care about what I say. You just want to have the screen grabs of all of this, don't you? Yeah, you do. I'm actually doing it. Can you believe it? Anyway, we'll go back to those later. If I could get them back into the box. Nice. Next up, we've got these. These are data cards. I believe they're all empty. Yep. All blank data cards. Is there anything here? Interesting. So, obviously, this is going to be explained later. However, we see they have injury, contusion, minor injury, or serious injury. Maybe that implies they can't be killed. As in, they can never actually be out of like killed in a campaign game. That's cool. That kind of makes sense. Because it kind of sucks when you... Oh, I rolled a 1. They no longer exist. Super. And we all know this is coming. We've seen this before. Such a lovely premium card stock. No, it's not. It's standard card stock. Yeah. Let's do it, guys. Are you ready? I do, of course, mean a gender-inclusive, guys. Right. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I'm sure something on the back there is interesting, but I don't know how to do this, actually. Because an unboxing of a book and then not reading the book doesn't make sense. But you know what? I can see in my camera timer, I've got like 6 minutes. Let's see how much I can spoil. Okay. I'm just going to flip through some pages here, you know, randomly. And if you guys feel the need to, I don't know, enjoy the full 1080p upload that I've done for you, then you do that. You do that. Well, you know what? Let's discuss this, because this is something we could talk about, because I just mentioned it. Commander casualty rolls. A serious injury when you roll a 1. This commander starts your next mission with 1 flesh wound. Oh wow, and you must reduce its move, attack, leadership, wounds, and strength by 1. That's cool. So obviously they're not actually dead, they're never coming back, but they are seriously weakened. 2 to 3 is a minor injury. The commander starts your next mission with 1 flesh wound and you must reduce its... Hold on, that's the same as serious injury. Oh, okay. With a minor injury, you only reduce its move, attack, and leadership. Your strength and wounds stay the same. Contusion, you start with 1 flesh wound. 6 to 10, full recovery. Your commander makes a full recovery obviously. Okay, well that's good to know. Let's have a little look. So, commanders and campaigns. Oh, actually, sorry. We should really just read including commanders, because this is the exact answer to the question that I want to know. So, first up, guys, you can only include a commander in your kill team if you're playing a mission that says in the kill team section that your kill team can include a commander. Unless stated otherwise, a kill team can never include more than one commander. When you add a commander to your kill team or command roster, you must choose their war gear in the same way as you would for any other model. Yep, okay. So, commander specialisms does not count towards the total number of specialists. It's good to know. But you can still only ever include one kind of specialist. Makes sense? Commanders have access to specific tactics. Each is identified as a commander tactic or a name tactic, where name is the name of a datasheet. The second kind of commander tactic is restricted to commanders chosen from the name datasheet. Your commander must be on the battlefield and not shaken in order to use them. Not all commanders are created equal. When you include a commander in your kill team, in addition to their weaponry, you could choose commander upgrades. Yeah. Commander levels and traits. List the upgrades a commander has in the data card. Commander levels. When you first include a commander in your kill team, you must choose whether that commander is a level 1, 2, 3, or 4. The different levels of each commander have individual points for the purposes of Battleforge kill teams, as detailed below that commander's datasheet. The level of a commander determines the tactics they can use and the abilities they have. Some kill team expansions provide rules for commander specialisms that vary from this system. I wonder what they could be talking about there. Where this is the case, they explain how to use it. Commander traits. Different commanders employ different tactics or preferred styles of waging war. When you first include a commander in your kill team, you can purchase up to 3 different commander traits for them. So you can, there you go, that's a rule. That's something we've learned today, guys. You can include up to 3 different commander traits from those listed on the following page. Each has a different points cost. Alright. Anything here? Include more than one? Yeah. Commanders do not gain experience. Okay. Instead, when you first include a commander in your kill team, you can purchase a commander upgrade for them. Okay. You cannot purchase additional upgrades for your... Yeah. If a commander takes an enemy specialist out of action, treat any rolls of 8 for that model's subsequent casualty roll. Oh, okay, so you get a bonus to your hard knocks roll. That does make sense. A specialist gains 1 experience point after a mission if one of its attacks or psychic powers took an enemy commander out of action. Yeah, makes sense. If a player's commander was taken out of action during a mission, the player loses 1 morale at the end of that mission, regardless of the outcome of the battle itself. If a player's commander was taken out of action during a battle, roll in the table below. Yeah. Ooh, psychic powers. Exciting. And commander tactics. So this is generic for everyone. So let's go through it, because I can go into more depth in further things. Yeah, okay. Let's do the tactics and the psychic powers. Let's do the psychic powers first. So, any command psyker can choose to exchange Psybolt and or any other powers they know for one of the psychic powers listed here. To do so, you can either roll a d6 to generate powers randomly, reroll any duplicate results, or you can select the psychic powers you wish the psyker to have. So, very importantly, what this clearly says, you could choose to exchange Psybolt. That means you don't get Psybolt and a buff. You would have to lose Psybolt. And currently, Psybolt's really good. Let's see if any of these stack up next to it. Iron Arm. Iron Arm has warp charge value of 7. If manifested, then until the start of the next psychic phase, add 2 to the psychic strength and toughness. Okay. Okay, we have to match that next to a potential mortal wound. Okay, it's having to be applied to the psyker himself, so it can't be anything else. So until we look through, we won't know if that's any good. That's only going to be good, I would say, if we get certain commanders, possibly this blokey here, that has a multi-damage weapon. That's the only time, in my opinion, that could beat a Psybolt in terms of usefulness. Because obviously, multi-damage weapon, pretty damn useful in this game. Forewarning. Forewarning has a warp charge value of 6 if manifested, then until the start of the next psychic phase, the psychic has a 4-up invuln. Cool. Invulnerable saves are, of course, good. This will be very dependent on the army you're facing. I hope, or I assume, hopefully I will get into it in another video, that you can actually decide your psychic powers for the mission. So this will almost be, you have your command roster, you're taking a psycho model, the librarian or whatever, and then you see, oh, I'm playing orcs. Okay, well, I don't need Iron Arm for them, so I'm going to stick with Cybolt, or something like that. I hope that psychic powers are per mission, because that's cool. That's quite thematic and nice. Fire Shield. Fire Shield has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, pick a friendly model within 8 inches of the psyker till the start of the next psychic phase. The model counts as obscured, even if they're completely visible to the firing model. I'm going to be honest, guys. I heard Fire Shield. I assumed it was like the element fire. I thought this was going to be if you hit them, you take damage. It's not. You count as obscured for a warp charge value of 6. That's pretty niche. That's pretty niche. And I can't really see it besting the usefulness of Cybolt. I don't think that's going to see much play. Unless you've got some really specific game plan that involves your guy being out in the open. Psychic Shriek. Psychic Shriek has a warp charge value of 5. Okay, that's in line with Cybolt. That's good. If manifested, select an enemy model within 12 inches of and visible through the psycho. That model must immediately take a nerve test. Okay, I like it. That's good. You're not doing a mortal wound. Oh, hold on now. I think I'd rather take the mortal wound. So with that, basically, the beauty of the Cybolt is that you just skip the armor save. This is almost kind of giving them an armor save. This is effectively useless against Necrons with their leadership 10. And even if you're up against Marines, you've got leadership 7. So you've got a 50-50. That's almost like, you know, they have a 3-up armor save. Or a 4-up armor save, sorry. In addition to the Cybolt. And the Cybolt has a chance of actually killing them, whereas with this you're only freezing them for 1 turn. I'm going to go Cybolt. Enfeeble. Enfeeble has a warp charge value of 7. If manifested, select an enemy model within 12 inches of and visible to the psyker. Till the start of the next psychic phase, your opponent must subtract 1 from hit and wound rolls for target model's close combat attacks. Okay. It's a cool idea. I still don't see it getting play over a potential Cybolt kill, if I'm honest. Let me know, guys, what do you think? Am I being too biased towards the power of Cybolt? In my mind, Warp Charge 5 means it's regularly going to go off, and also you have a potential of kill. It's basically an extra attack every turn, but an extra mortal wound every turn, you know? Anyway, Misfortune. Misfortune has a warp charge of value of 7. If manifested, select an enemy model within 12 inches of and visible to the psycho until the start of the next psychic phase. Improve the AP characteristic of enemy weapon. I can't talk. Improve the AP characteristic of any weapon that targets that model by 1. For example, when AP 0 weapon becomes AP -1. I prefer this to most of the other ones, just because this is something where you target the enemy and then everyone that hits the enemy gets the bonus. Whereas a lot of the other ones are you target one of your guys and that one guy gets a bonus. So, Misfortune's cool. Okay. Let's take a look over here. I think we've seen these before. We've definitely seen Duel of Honor. I think this is copy-pasted from Rogue Trader, that's the one. Except, of course, actually, in reality, Rogue Trader was copy-pasted from this, but whatever. So I'm not going to go over that. You've all had plenty of time to read it if you want. Let's keep going. What have we got? What's this? Aura Tactics. Oh. Okay, so these are additional rules. Let's answer these. Good. So, wound markers. Oh my god, wound markers. Wound markers range from 1 to 5 wounds. As soon as your commander suffers 1 or more wounds in battle, place the appropriate wound markers next to their model to show how many wounds they have suffered. Okay. Good addition. Why do we still not have flesh wound markers? I know that you're meant to tick them off on the datasheet, but come on, guys. Come on. Aura tactic tokens. If you spend command points to use any of your commander's aura tactics, place an aura tactic next to the model as a reminder that it is in effect. Psychic power tokens. If you use any psychic powers that have an ongoing effect, place the psychic. Okay. All good additions. Cool stuff. So these are additional rules. It's weird that an additional rule is standard deployment, so let's read what that means. Some kill team missions say that they use the standard deployment rules, where a mission states use the following rules when deploying your kill teams. The players each roll 2d6. The highest scorer has the greatest strategic advantage in this mission, the next highest gets the second greatest advantage, and so on. Any players who roll the same result roll their dice again to determine, the players then take it in turn in the order of greatest to least advantage to choose their deployment zone. I think we all know what the rest of this is going to say, but I'm here, I'm going to finish it. The players then take it in turn in the order of least to greatest advantage to deploy one model from their kill team. Models must be set up wholly in their own deployment zone. Once all players have set up one model, they do so again in the same order, and so on. If a player runs out of models to set up, skip them. Once the players have all set up their models, deployment ends and the first battle round begins. Cool. And what that means is you then roll for initiative. Variable battle length. Some kill team missions last for a variable number of turns. In some cases, they may last for a variable number of turns unless some other condition is met. E.g., there is only one unbroken kill team on the battlefield. Where a mission says that it uses the variable battle length rules, use the following rules to determine when the battle ends. Each mission that uses these rules tells you which player makes the roll. If the battle does not end otherwise, at the end of battle round 4, roll a d6. The battle continues on a 3+, otherwise the battle ends. If the battle does not end otherwise, at the end of battle round 5, roll a d6. This time the battle continues on a 4+, otherwise the battle ends. The battle automatically ends at the end of battle 6. Okay. I am going to do a whole video about all of these new things. I'm going through them. I'm seeing things that are interesting me. I want to do them now. Luckily for you guys, you can pause the video. I can't. Oh my god, guys, it's fucking datasheets. God damn. Oh, yeah, okay, nice. Nice. Again, I'm going to do a very similar thing to what the Warhammer community page did. I'm going to do all of the Imperium commanders in one video, then all of the Xenos, and then all of the Chaos. Is there anything interesting here? Primaris Librarian, cool. Nice. You know what? Not him. Let's not do him. Let's do Grey Knight. They only get one guy. I want to know, are we annoyed at this or not? Holy tits. Points per model, 108. That's level 1. Shit me, guys. Okay. Let's see why. He's hitting on 2s. He's got a save of a 2. You bloody well hope so for 108 points. So, this is exactly the kind of guy that you'd put up against a full kill team of normal guys. Cool. So, they still have, and they should know no fear, he has demon hunters. We still don't have any demons, but that's going to change soon, hopefully. Heroic sacrifice. If this model is taken out of action in the fight phase, you can immediately fight with them before removing them from the battlefield. Cool. 4-up invuln. The perfect warrior. Exciting. At the start of each fight phase, you must choose a combat stance for this model to adopt for the duration of that phase. Either the sword strike stance or the blade shield stance. If you choose the sword strike stance, add 1 to wound rolls for this model's attack for that phase. If you choose the blade shield stance, add 1 to the model's saving throws. And he's strength 4. So you could take him to a 5. Or you can get +1 to your saving throws. Correct me if I'm wrong here, guys. So a 1 is always a fail. So you can't actually give yourself a 1-up. But you can give yourself a 3-up invuln, right? I believe that's the case. He's powerful as shit. But is he 108 points powerful? I don't know. Oh, what do you guys think? I'm unsure. Okay, hold on though. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let's read the Psyker. Maybe that'll change it. So, you can attempt to manifest 1 psychic power and deny 1 psychic power in each psychic phase. It knows Cybolt psychic power as well as the Hammerhand psychic power. Okay. Hammerhand. Warp charge value of 5. If manifested, pick a friendly model within 80 inches of the Psyker. Add 1 to wound rolls you make for that model. Okay. It's alright. I suppose the big advantage for him is that if he is taken alongside a Grey Knight team, he can cast Hammerhand while the other guys can cast Cybolt. I assume I would have to read these a little bit more in depth. If you have multiple Psykers in a team, they are individual models, and the rules for these are for psychic powers are that you can, it's per model. So I assume Grey Knights can still cast their psychic Cybolt. What's on the next page? Oh, guys, I really wanted to go through the whole thing. Right. I wish. Necrons, you say? Oh, exciting. No. I want to keep going, guys, but I can't. It's been 25 minutes already. Hopefully I've edited this down a bit for you. I think this has been a good little opener for the commanders. It's answered a few generic questions people may have had. And I won't do any more. No, I won't do any more. Ha! I really want to though. But the ultimate answer here is, is this a must-buy expansion? We don't know yet, because it comes down to what tournaments are going to do. Are tournaments going to start playing missions where you have to bring a commander? If so, this becomes a must-buy. It's good to say that, oh, you know, I don't want to play with commanders. I only want to play with my 100-point kill team. Don't care about anything else. That's great. Good for you. But I think we all know, and this is why it's such an issue, that if you go and have a pickup game, you play a match play game, and you generally play match play because they are meant to be fairer, but also because you know that match play games is going to be what get played in tournaments. And certainly in main 40k, playing tournaments is a big part of why some people play. And so if you want to then play those guys that are there to play the tournaments, you have to play with a tournament valid list. So whatever the tournaments decide to do with commanders is how they are going to affect everybody in Kill Team. Obviously, if you have zero interest in that and you have your own play group, you never have a pickup game, you know who you're playing, you can do whatever you want. This means nothing to you. Pick it up if you think it's interesting. Don't pick it up if you don't. This statement isn't for you. But for those of us that get random pickup games at their local game store, you have to play whatever people are playing. And generally, people are going to be playing what the tournaments are playing. What the tournaments say they have to practice with. I know I will be. I almost never go to tournaments, but I still want to be able to have a full command roster so that if I decide, oh, there's a tournament at some random game store, and I really want to go, I've got my team, I know how to play it, let's go. So, tournament organisers, it's down to you. How are we using these? And I will say, I'm going to throw this in there as well. If we're not using commanders, I'll actually be a bit sad. Because I think commanders are cool. There you go. I also hope that commanders are going to balance the game out a little bit. From what we've seen so far, it doesn't look like they will. It still looks like Death Guard are going to be at the top. I don't know though. Okay guys, this has been my quick unboxing, which has not been quick, of commanders. look out for tomorrow, because life is a challenge in general, so watch out, be ready for it. Also, obviously, I'm going to be going into more depth. Nice. Thanks very much, everybody. Glass half dead, logging off.